Mixing with Mike, sneak peek plugin of the week. This is a new feature, and the first one we're going to do is a Slate Digital FGA. The FGA is a plugin, a new release on the latest on the virtual mix rack v2.2.4.2 for those of you keeping track at home. And what it does is it adds an API 550B emulation. And so there's not much to really go over here. If you're familiar with the API EQ, it is a discrete EQ in that you have discrete steps for boosts and attenuations. As you boost more or attenuate more, it is a proportional Q, which means that the Q or width of the boost narrows or focuses, gets sharper as you boost more or attenuate more. And that's the basic processing style. Some EQs get wider, some stay the same in terms of the bandwidth. This one gets narrower. It's an amazing sounding EQ, very powerful, very clean and clear. Yet it also has a distinct tone. So what they've captured in here is the op amp, which you can bring in. It should come in by default, so what this will do is it'll bring in the 2520 op amp, which is essentially what many people consider to be the sound of the API. And this goes all the way back to the original 550 EQ, which is a 3-band EQ. So this is a 4-band EQ. You have all the same frequency selections that you can click on here and the same boost attenuation patterns. And just like the FGN and FGS, the FGN had selectable frequencies as well, but if you hold on to the control key for Mac or Windows key, start key rather, Windows or start key for the PC, you can actually go to in-between frequencies, and this is something and in-between boost settings as well, so you're not necessarily stuck to the exact same frequency, so you could stay true to that, or you could go anywhere in between, so you could shortcut your way through there. Otherwise, you have the selectable frequencies for each band, and then you have the filters. Now, the filters here, I believe, is the high-pass, low-pass filter that would be from the 550A, which cuts at 50 hertz and 15 kilohertz on the top end. So it's kind of a filter that works on both ends of the spectrum. It's just a single knob punch-in, high-pass and low-pass, set to 50 hertz and 15K. So it gives you that option. And then you could put the op amp for a little bit of the saturation characteristic. The high frequency and low frequency EQ can either be a bell or shelving EQ. So that allows you to switch those to the bell or shelving characteristic. Let's have just a quick listen. I just have this on some drums, and we can just do a quick checkout here of what this is all about. So we'll start by A being the op amp in and out. All right, so it's nice to have that as a separate option because you could use it just for that. Other than that, I could just do, like a little bit of a boost up on the top end. Maybe give it a little bit more edge here, like around 5K. Maybe a little dip here. This is just on the stereo blend of the drums. Maybe I could sit there and do a boost on the low end. So see what this sounds like. Just a quick EQ. that filter is absolutely from the 550. That's what it is on the top end and the bottom end cut, and just the attenuation. But otherwise, it sounds cool. The ability to go in between frequencies is a welcome characteristic, but it basically sounds like an API. You could definitely hear the characteristic as you go up higher in boost. You don't have to go that far where the Q starts to narrow. It's a nice addition to the collection to add along with the SSL and the Neve emulations, and yeah, just that simple. All right, that's the sneak peek. Shorter plugin than my usual, because too many people get annoyed that my videos are too long and in describing things. So there it is, sneak peek plugin of the week, Slate Digital FGA.